All right, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about all the different funnels that you can use to grow your coaching business. And most importantly, we're going to go deep on which is the best one. Okay, so this is part one of two videos. So make sure you watch the video after this because it's going to go into more detail of dissecting the best funnel. Okay, we're going to talk about four. The final one is the best one, but coaches use all three, the three before that, and they don't use it very well. It doesn't work. Get a lot of mixed results, and they sometimes try the fourth one, which we recommend and use, but they do it wrong. So let's get into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go into this thing here. So let me get it. Let me get it all set up. So basically, what we want to do is we're gonna talk about four of them. All right. And so I don't want to use that. So what I'm actually going to do is get rid of that. I'm going to clear that. Okay. And so we're going to go text. Now, this is going to be my drawing board. So it's going to be a little all over the place. It just makes more sense to explain it than to give you like some complex diagram that looks like the wiring diagram for your house. So this is going to be number one. And this is going to be add content to a book a call. All right, book a call. All right, so that's how this is going to be the first one here. We're just going to make it bigger like so, and go like that. All right, so what does this look like? Well, here's what this looks like, and I'm going to draw it out. So what most people have is they have their content or an ad. So I'm going to put A for ad, or this could be content. For example, you could have a Facebook page, you could have an Instagram page, whatever you got. What people do, or they run an ad on Facebook. And what they do is they take people to their website. And again, sorry, it's not that great quality, but so they take it to their website. Okay. And on their website is usually some things like about me. There's like some pictures on there, your story, maybe some pictures of you with some celebrities, some information about you. You just kind of like all that kind of stuff, right? And then underneath that, you'll see usually a book a call option. It'll be some text that says, here's why you should work with me in my life coaching. Here's what you're going to get. Here's a few testimonials. Book a call. All right. And then they'll have a calendar or something like that. Now, the problem with this model, so I'm going to explain the models and I'm going to talk about the benefit and the problems. The problem with this model is it just doesn't work on cold traffic. The benefit is it's super easy. You go to Wix or GoDaddy, you create a $2 a month website, put some pictures up, make some content, get a calendar application or something like that from Calendly or wherever you get it, and you're done, right? Just run ads to it and book calls. Well, the problem is it just doesn't work because you got to remember, like you'll have coaches, for example, who do lots on LinkedIn or lots of engaging on Facebook or Instagram or wherever it is. And they're building these relationships over there. So they will once in a while drop a link to go to the website to book a call. Well, you got to understand the context. Some of those people might have been working with those coaches or watching their stuff, consuming their stuff for years or months, or know them personally. So when you take them to this, obviously they already know you. They're pre-sold. They probably know your pricing. Then they're going to book a call. Or if they're a referral lead, they're going to book a call. Okay. Well, this does not work on cold traffic, not even remotely. All right. It's a total disaster. And the reason is because the people are not warm enough. They're going to hit your page and they're going to be like, why would I want to book a call? Right. Or they're going to be bored or whatever, and they're going to book a call and they're not going to show up. So you don't want to use that strategy. So what's the next option that we have here? So the next option is we're going to go number two. This is going to be add to reg page to VSL or sorry, not VSL, to, we're going to call it a lead magnet to book a call. Okay. Now, how does that work? Well, here's how this one works. So this is basically, it's a little smaller. I'm going to bold it. We're just going to make it a little bigger. Make the font a little bigger. Okay, so how this one works is you will see, actually, let's leave it like that. You'll see this one done, quite often, and you might have done it too. So basically, what you're going to do with this one is you're going to take people from an ad. Now, this is usually when ads start. This one predominantly is for an ad-based one. So coaches will run an ad, and they'll take people to a registration page. Okay. And on that registration page, they're going to ask for a name, an email, maybe a phone number. Okay. And then they're going to redirect them to a landing page that says basically book a call, right? And then in all these are going to go to the calendar and book a call. But they're going to be like book a call and then check your email because the free report I sent you is on its way. Okay? So this way the goal is you're going to take them from an ad, get their email address, redirect them to a book a call page, and then in the interim they're going to get a link to a Google Doc. They're going to get a link to a video, or not usually a video, but some PDF or something. What's the benefit of this one? The nice thing about this one is it's cheap, okay? Because it's a very low commitment here. You're just asking for an email address in exchange for a lead magnet. Super low commitment. Sure, I'll do that. Sounds good to me, right? And so you're going to get cheap leads, really cheap leads. But the problem is your consumption rate is going to be disastrous. What do I mean by that? The percentage of people who essentially give you an email address who actually consume your content that you sent them will maybe be 10%. They got to go to their email, they got to open it, they got to read it, so on and so forth. Or even if you stick it on here, like a link here to download the PDF or whatever, I mean, vast majority of people are just not going to do that. Okay, like they're just not. Okay, so it's not a good model for that. It's a low commitment, so you're not going to get a lot of leads, or you're going to get a lot of leads, but they're very low commitment, and they're not going to consume your stuff. So what's the point, right? Like it's just a cheap lead magnet. They're not going to consume it. If they book a call, like some of them will, if your website copy here is good and persuasive, they'll book a call, but they have no context. There's no relationship. So it doesn't matter if they have money. They're not going to give it to you because they're going to get on the calling and be like, who are you again? What did I sign up for? Oh yeah, the lead magnet. Yeah, I haven't even gone through it yet. Yeah, but what do you got? Oh, well, I got this coaching program. Okay, well, how much is it? Well, I don't even know if you're the right fit. I'm not interested. Or you're going to call them. They're going to be like, who are you? Stop calling me. All that kind of stuff. It's just not going to work. You just don't. It's just frustrating. The only thing you are going to get is cheap leads, which you can nurture and all that kind of stuff. But the math is really hard to make work at scale and get qualified people. You can make this model work. It's just really hard on the call end of things. Now, let's look at the third option. Okay, so the third option is add to reg page. So we're just going to go RP to VSL to book a call. Okay, what does that mean? All right, so in this context, what we're going to do is we're going to take people from an ad. Let's make it a little bigger. And hang on a second here. Let's make this a little bigger. So this here is similar to number 2, and you've probably seen this a lot, okay? And what this one is you're going to take them from an ad, ideally. Let's go A for ad, right? We're going to take them to a registration page. So we're going to go registration page, right? Same strategy. This time, we're going to send them to a sales video, okay? Which is what we call a VSL, video sales letter. It's been around forever, okay? Like I used to use this in like 2012, all right? So it's not like it's anything new. And then at the end, they book a call. So they go from the ad, go to the registration page, and you're going to say, hey, I instead of an ebook or a lead magnet, I have this free video that's going to show you how to lose your next 25 pounds, how to stop procrastinating, whatever type of coach you are, right? You're just going to show them how to do something, and that's going to lead to a call. Here's the problem with this. The good news, let's start with the good. It's cheap, okay? It's super cheap. It's low commitment. And so you're going to get cheap leads. That's the benefit. And people are going to get some value because they're going to watch a video. If you're going to pick between the lead magnet and the VSL, do the VSL. But the problem is with this, you're lucky if you're going to get 20 or 30% of people to actually watch it at best, okay? Because you got to remember, you got so many variables. So you can autoplay it, but on the phone, if they're on their phone, which most will be, they're going to have to press the volume button. A lot of them won't. A lot of them be like, whoa, I'm not ready for that. Oh, okay, I'll watch that later. You know what I mean? Or if you have the scroll button, they'll just scroll to the end, see what your offer is. And if they like it, they'll scroll back. A lot just won't watch it. It's getting worse, right? And so you're looking at 20, maybe if you're lucky, at 30% engagement, meaning 30% of the people who actually watch that. So it's going to be better than the 5 to 10 from the lead magnet, but still, it's not very good, okay? Still, you're going to have the same problem. Or, a lot of people have the video, and then underneath it, they'll have the book the call button. A lot of people are just going to be like, oh, that sounds interesting. It was just book a call. And as you know from our trainings, the people who are going to book a call are the interested people versus the committed people. They haven't gotten through anything. They just booked a call. And so you're going to just load your calendar with people who are like, yeah, I saw your video. Did you watch it? No, I didn't watch it. I just saw you had a free call. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, again, it doesn't give any, it's just hard, but the benefit is cheap leads. Okay. Cheap leads, easy. Okay. So top one's easy, easier, not as easy, but cheap. Okay. Not good. So what's the one that we recommend? So it's going to be number 4, and we're going to go add to RP to web auto webinar to book a call. Okay. Now, whoop. So we're going to make it about that size, and then we're going to just go. All right. Now, why does this one work? Okay. So this one here, you're going to have the ad. Okay. So we go add to webinar reg page, right? Now, this one then redirects them to a webinar that starts usually every 15 minutes, okay? So this one's going to be a webinar, and then they're going to book a call. Now, what is the disadvantage of this? Let's start with the disadvantage. The disadvantage to this model is it's going to be more expensive to get a webinar registration. Why is it going to be more expensive to get a webinar registration? So I have my T here. Well, bigger commitment, right? You're asking them to register for a webinar, not an ebook here or a video. So it is going to cost you more to get a registration, okay? How much? I don't know. Every market's a little different. But remember, what do you want? You want committed people or do you want interested people? You want committed people, right? So that's the downside. But you are going to get more committed people. So what is the upside? Well, the upside is you're going to get more committed people. And the upside is a webinar generally assumes some sort of value, okay? So they're going to come to this webinar in a mindset of you're actually going to give them something of value, right? So you're going to give them this thing of value, and they're going to be enamored by it, and they're going to want to work with you. Now, what is the show up rate on these webinars? So like what do I get on our webinars, and what should you be looking for? So think about that. Well, here's the truth. The last 30,000 webinar registrations I've had is about 71%. Okay, think about that. This gets you about 20 to 30. This gets you about 5% consumption rate. This one here has been getting me 71% on average. Okay. Think about that for a second. So even if you paid twice as much as this, you're still further ahead because, again, you got committed people to it. You know what I'm saying? So even if your cost per registration was way higher, you're still going to get committed people. So it won't be twice as much, maybe 10, 20% more. So 71% of people are going to consume your content, right? Because what is the most important metric here? Consumption rate. And this whole thing's automated. Okay. And you're not lying to them. You're not saying, hey, your live webinar starts in 5 minutes. Just the webinar starts in 5 minutes or 15 minutes, right? We test different ways. And that's what we need to do there. Okay. So now let's talk about more of the advantages. You get more time to build a relationship with them in the webinar. You can give them more value. If somebody sits on your webinar for 40 minutes or 50 minutes, they're going to be incredibly bonded to you. Okay, so even if they don't book a call, what's going to happen is your email sequence that's going to go out. So you're going to have email follow-ups to get them to book a call. Okay, after that, they're going to remember you. They just spent like 50 minutes with you, 45 minutes with you. And the ones who book a call, your show up rate on your call is going to be higher because they just spent like 45, 50 minutes with you. This one, like 10, this one, nothing. Okay. So by them spending time with you and you've eliminated a lot of their, disbeliefs, changed a lot of their mindset stuff on that webinar, helped them realize you're the only option. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is great. Yeah, this is amazing. And so they book a call and they're going to be more likely to show up, more likely to trust you, more likely to buy. So what is the disadvantage? There is none, except there is more logistics in setting this thing up. And in the next video, I'm going to just go through some of the logistics and break it all down for you specifically. But the goal of this video is just to help you understand this is the best option, and that's why. And then the cool thing is you can send lots of emails and direct and send them to book a call because, if you get a 70, 80% show up rate, all these or 70, 80% of the people on your email list will have already spent a bunch of time with you. So they'll want to work with you. They'll be interested already. Okay. So I could spend an hour talking about the benefit of it, but hopefully this helps you realize how important this model is. All right. In the next video, I'm going to break down all the components of it and kind of what you need to do. See you on the next video.